Hi, for the second module, second chapter, we are learning on blood and its composition. For this chapter, you should be able to, number one, understand about the blood, its composition, and number two, you should be able to describe role of each components in the blood. All right, this figure gives you an overview about some part of anatomical structure of blood vessel and also the main component of the blood. Okay, like the top left side indicates the layers of vessel wall. The outermost one known as tunica adventitia, middle one is tunica media, and the innermost layer known as tunica intima. If you see in the figure, there are three different entities. Okay, I can see they are red blood cell, okay, white blood cell, and also platelet. Each, okay, actually these are not the total component in the blood, but we can say that those three cells are the main because there will be subdivision for each cells. I think it is good if we can learn some characteristics of blood. Okay, our blood, it is sticky and opaque fluids. Okay, if you got cut, then you can feel that our blood is not as thin as normal water. It is slightly sticky, and it got metallic taste. Since it got ferrum in our blood, so ferrum is an important component for oxygen attachment with the hemoglobin. Okay. In terms of color, we can divide blood color into two, scarlet and purple red. That's based on the level of oxygen, whether or not it is rich or poor oxygen content in that particular blood. So we can say here that blood in the vein is different compared to blood in the artery. So artery carry oxygenated blood and vein carry less oxygenated blood. Okay. In terms of density, blood is 5 times denser than water. So if you mix blood and water, they won't mix because since blood is more denser, so blood will be at the bottom. Right. In terms of pH and temperature, okay, both work at optimal pH 7.35 to 7.45 and temperature 37 degrees Celsius. So we can say that if something happened to our body that can cause increase in those parameter, for example, temperature, so it will disturb the normal physiological function. Okay, and the last one may be good and interesting information about blood, saying that human actually in terms of gender, they are not similar in terms of blood volume, whereby adults male having 1 to 2 liters more than adults females. So basically, blood's function can be divided into three. Number one, it is used for transportation, okay, to transport, to carry nutrient, okay, which is food that we take every day, carbo, protein, lipids, and maybe a vitamin and etc. Okay, a respiratory product, mainly oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, we need oxygen for metabolism in our body. okay, and also hormone being carried by our blood. And function number two, for a body temperature regulation, our body need to maintain the optimal level of body temperature, 37 degrees Celsius. Meaning, if we are infected by any pathogen that can cause fever, so there will be mechanism to reduce the body temperature. Actually, body temperature is our body response mechanism in fighting microbes. And the last one is for protection. Actually, in one of the components in the blood is white blood cell, which is known as immune cell. They are responsible for fighting and killing any pathogen or bad microbe invaded to human body. Right, this slide shows when human blood are spin or centrifuge, the blood will be separated into three different layers. Okay, the most dense one is erythrocyte, followed by white blood cell, or what we call it as buffy coat, and the top one is plasma. Uh, so plasma contribute 55%, leukocyte and platelet about 1%, and the rest 45% contributed by erythrocyte or red blood cell. Both cellular element are known as form element. If you see there, blood is considered as connective tissue. The reason behind from from the words connect, okay, since it is involved in transportation of nutrient and gases from and to outside and internal side of human body. So the first element in human blood is plasma. So you can see in plasma there are lots of substances. Okay, there is water, ion, organic molecules, or foods that we take every day. After being digested, it may produce the smallest molecule of carbo, glucose, okay, lipids, protein, and also amino acid. Okay, we got also trace element and vitamin in plasma, and of course gases such as carbon dioxide and oxygen. There are also other gases. If, for example, we accidentally inhale hazardous gases, for example, carbon monoxide, so there will be its element in human plasma. Okay, for the form elements, as we discussed previously, there are two types of cells: white blood cell and red blood cell, and also a platelet. Okay, so white blood cell and platelet contribute 1% of the blood. Okay, so for white blood cell, they are uh, further divided into two: agranulocyte and granulocyte. Granulocyte means at the surface of defined white blood cell, there are granule presence on the surface, which is represented by neutrophil, eosinophils, and basophil. So top two of white blood cell or leukocyte, lymphocyte, and monocyte are under agranulocyte white blood cell. Okay, second component of form element is erythrocyte, okay, which is another name of red blood cell. Some characteristic of red blood cell: it is a biconcave disc shape. If you see, it's just like when you put together back to back of two plates. That's indicate how the structure or anatomical structure of the blood. So the reason is to by having a biconcave shape is to provide more surface for the blood to carry more oxygen. Okay. The lifespan of red blood cell is 120 days, uh, equivalent to 4 months. Okay, a mature RBC has no mitochondria and also no nucleus. That's the reason why it got a limited lifespan, 4 months. So a mature one cannot uh, maintain or sustain their life. And immature one of red blood cell generate energy from glycolysis pathway. Why our blood is in red in color? Okay, actually, there is a reason. The reason is since red blood cell is involved in carrying of oxygen, okay, from outside to a working muscle, for example. So we need something that can catch, that can bind and bound with the oxygen. So the responsible uh, ion is ferrum. Okay, so the presence of ferrum uh, contribute to red color for the blood. Okay, so ferrum or ion is attached to uh, a heme, a part of hemoglobin. So there are two types of globular protein, which is 2 alpha and 2 beta, whereby each protein consists a heme group that available protein ion or ferrum. So ferrum, one ferrum can bind only to one oxygen molecule. So since each hemoglobin has four heme groups, so it has the capacity to bind to four oxygen molecules. So one hemoglobin can carry maximum four oxygen molecules. A human blood system contains about 200 to 300 millions of hemoglobin. As I said before, one hemoglobin contains four proteins, four globular proteins, where each protein is attached with ferrum. That ferrum can bind to one oxygen. So one hemoglobin can carry up to four oxygen molecules. Okay, from the figure on your right side, the bottom one indicates that the first step, oxygen being carried by red blood cell with the assistance of hemoglobin molecule. So it will form oxyhemoglobin molecule uh, to be transported to working muscle. So if you notice at the end of the process, oxygen will be released when there is a mechanism why ferrum and oxygen uh, detach, so the oxygen can be supplied to working muscle. So there are processes in blood system involved for the maintenance and production of blood cells. So in general, the formation of blood cells is known as hematopoiesis. Hema means blood, poiesis means production. So the process occurred in red bone marrow in human bone. Another process under hematopoiesis is the formation of red blood cell or erythrocyte. So the process begins with the development of myeloid stem cell that they are transformed into proerythroblasts that will later on develop into mature erythrocyte. The process of red blood cell production is controlled by erythropoietin hormone. So this hormone will stimulate the production or uh, replication of blood cell in bone marrow. Uh, the formation of blood cell, including erythrocyte, requires supplement. Uh, for example, we need iron, vitamin B12, folic acid, and also a sufficient uh, food, which is protein, lipids, and carbs. And the last one is blood cell, mostly got short lifespan that's due to less nucleus and also organelle. So then they don't have their own factory to produce energy. Okay, so the dead cell of blood will be digested by macrophages, which is another component of white blood cell. Actually, our body has its own homeostasis process in regulating uh, uh, RBC. For example, in case of low oxygen level in human body, in case of, for example, hypoxia, okay, hypoxia is a condition whereby human oxygen level in human body is low. That can be due to low number of RBC, okay, or low number of hemoglobin, or the availability of oxygen in the surrounding is low. So those three factors can lead to hypoxia. So chronically, our body will respond and adapt to that situation. So in order to maintain the normal level of oxygen level, we need more RBC, for example. Since, for example, in case of low number of RBC, then our body need to produce or replace the dead RBC, for example. So the signal of low level of oxygen will be uh, transmitted to a kidney, okay, that will release erythropoietin that will tell or stimulate the red bone marrow uh, to run the process, what we call it as erythropoiesis. So when the number of red blood cells or new red blood cells are produced, it will increase the capacity of human body to carry oxygen. Okay. I think that's all for this module. So this chapter discuss about blood and its components. It is just a basic information or knowledge on this system. And the last one, if you got any question regarding this topic, feel free to contact me through my email. Thank you.